Hey, welcome back. Over time, a product can change in intent, function, and form. This is due to multiple variables. The most commonly known variable is planned obsolescence, followed and related closely to investor expectations of new products in order to keep a brand relevant and profitable. This is followed even further by general improvements that make a solution even more solved by way of making things simpler. Let's start by looking at a product or service's intent. The aphorism, form following function, is a cliche that, in my opinion, is incomplete. Form follows intent. Intent drives function. For instance, I bet you have at least 3 to 5 different manufacturers of pens in your home. The form is really driven by intent. This allows many different forms with several different functional solutions to answer the intent. This evolves through each brand through fashion, time, and need, sometimes in that order and sometimes not. Sometimes a brand will identify a way to add additional value into a solution by giving it more functions to get a leg up on the competition. Take a look at your smartphone or your kitchen stove or your method of transportation. All of these are different for every brand and come in a large range of options, but effectively answer the same problem. The only place left to add anything becomes value through additional intent. Function, or how something works in a perfect system, becomes simpler over time, and either through interface or the amount of moving parts something has, or the amount of control a user can assert over the system. The one paradox this creates, however, is the more simple the function of a solution becomes, the more opportunity for features it affords, and thus becomes more complex and will eventually either need to become multiple products, or other functions will need to become vestigial within the realm of the product. You can see this happen very quickly within the cell phone industry, where features and functions bubble up like boiling water before evaporating away. The nice thing about this live ecosystem of options is that the functions that legitimately answer the needs of the user will tend to stick around, while those that don't fall away. Unfortunately, consumers are force-fed options all the time that stick around by way of corporate insistence versus actual demand. This leads to some functional problems that could be avoided. When designing, consider the functional aspects that actually answer the intent of the problem, and you'll minimize this functional evolution problem early on. This will save you time and money down the road. Form is probably the most obvious dynamic that evolves as a product passes through time. It's the most driven dynamic that strives to keep up with trends, branding, and user input more than anything else. Eventually, a form can, with the intention of the brands to strategize long term, will evolve into a family or families of products that will maintain a visual nomenclature and identity that will eventually slow down and settle into a specific archetype. Generational products such as the iPhone lean on form changes to propel sales and hype. But if you look at the late iPod Classic, it created, borrowed from, and inspired by Dieter Rams' pocket radio, a paradigm of what an MP3 player should look like. If done right, the design can become timeless. But timelessness is for another video, and well, we're kinda out of time. Send me some of your thoughts. What product have you either created or purchased that made you appreciate how far that product has come? For me, I enjoy a good tea kettle or spoon. What brands have you seen follow this example? How does a company like Uber or Square fit into all of this? Let me know. Send me a note on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll post some of the best insights and projects. Thanks so much. Have a great day.